Yeah. All right, we are on. Okay, everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Latoya Riggins, your host, and you are here at the Craft Cafe Live Show. Yes, hello, Facebook. Everybody watching at home, I just want to make sure we are live. Yep, we're on there. Guys, I'm so excited. We are here in October. It feels like we just got here and we're already at the 18th. So welcome, welcome into the harvest season. And we have such a special treat for you today on the Craft Cafe. We have our very own, yes, I am claiming her, Patty Stine of Pure Play Every Day. She's here. Let me tell you about this lady, you guys, while we have everybody coming on. Because we just got here at once. So if you're just tuning in and this is your first time to the Craft Cafe, let me just explain to you what it is we have going on. I want to make sure that I'm just pulling it up on my phone, making sure that everything is up on Facebook. I just saw it, but I always try to just make sure. All right, so we're here. All right, there we go. I'm going to turn this down. Okay, here we go. So just so you guys know, if you're just tuning in, this is our show specifically designed for leaders of early childhood education businesses. Now, our show is designed for, you don't have to be a leader of early childhood businesses, but you do have to have your hand in the industry. And as Craft, if you guys don't know about Craft, if you're new, this is one of our brands, Craft Family. But Craft is our online business and professional development platform specifically designed for early childhood education business leaders. Now, leadership is always our A1 focus. And with leadership comes with so many different things, right? And with early childhood, that opens up so many doors. Now, one thing that I love about the Craft Cafe is that we get to do whatever we want, but when we do it, we want to uplift those voices that have a huge part in this whole industry that makes up the tapestry of our future with our children, you guys. So I want to bring a special little lady on today. She has graced the Craft Cafe before, but this is a whole nother ball game, you guys, because she is one of the pioneers of play, is what I like to call her. Pioneers of play. That's a POP. Pioneers of play. And I know her to be just a genuinely fun person, period. Just her outlook on life is anything can happen. And this is my experience with you, Patty. Look, she's like, did I say that? No, I said that, but this is how she makes you feel, like anything can happen. She's down for it, and let's try it, which is all about innovation and STEAM, which is what she stands for. I had the opportunity to not only work with Patty, but really go into her center and her space and I was going to say her lab, but it's kind of like a lab, the steam room and everything, and really take a bite out of what Patty's world is. So without further ado, I'm going to let you meet Patty. She is the play extraordinaire, certified trainer, and the executive director of Pure Play Every Day. Patty's fine. How you doing, Patty?
Latoya. This is so much fun being with you. I love it.
Me too. So introduce yourself, Patty. Tell us a little bit about your background, and then we're going to go around, and then we're going to get started talking about the main event.
All right. So, let's see. My background actually starts in my childhood because my family was a family of entrepreneurs that actually started a manufacturing business in the 1970s, actually, building residential play equipment for families. So my uncle was a carpenter, and my parents came alongside my uncle and my aunt and built a multi-million-dollar business of manufacturing residential play equipment, and then even launched a line of commercial playground equipment. My family actually helped design the ASTM guidelines for commercial playgrounds.
Really?
Yeah, so the national standards for how commercial playgrounds are built. So you could say I've been in the play business for a long time.
What, Patty? And you know what, guys? This is why I love this show, because I've been around you for some years now, Patty, and I don't think I've ever heard that story. I never heard that part. That's amazing. So you guys are like Santa's helpers for real.
I spent more Christmas Eves out in other people's houses than my own, building playgrounds for children on Christmas Eve. so they could wake up Christmas morning and find a play structure in their backyard with a bright red ribbon on it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you've been making kids and parents happy for how many years? Your whole
I
life, I guess.
started, that business started in 1979. So I was 7 years old when that business started.
I was born in 1979. Wow. Shout out to the 70s, you guys. Wow. This is, Patty, this is amazing. Like, oh goodness. I love to hear these kind of things because you never know, how a person ends up where they are and what fed them into this industry and what their part. So, wow, let's go around and see who's here. That's just to give you guys a little introduction of what we're dealing with and where we're going to really be taking this episode. So let's see who's in the building with us and let them introduce themselves. I saw Lenora Cochran come in. Lenora, are you able to come on and say hi? Now, there you go. Yes, hi. Go ahead and unmute.
I have a baby rocking, but yes.
Well, tell us about yourself. We welcome the babies rocking, okay? Because this is all about childcare. So most of you guys are still working right now. So it's bound to be a baby rocking somewhere. So tell us about yourself. What's the name of your business? Like, what's your role in childcare? How long you been in business? And how did you make it to the Craft Cafe?
Okay, my name is Lenora Cochran. I'm in Millbrook, Alabama. I've been in business since 1987. My baby was born. I've been doing it ever since. They had nobody keep my baby, so I started doing it. I've been. What else you want me to know now?
How'd you make it to the Craft Cafe?
Okay, I went to the conference in St. Louis and met some guys there. That was over the business, so I decided to join in today. I seen the so I've been joining in today and see what's going on. So it's my first time.
Thank you. That's why I want to know. Okay, so you were at the NAFCC and St. Louis. Okay, see, this is why I love conferences. This is where the relationships begin, and they
I met Jahi, is his name?
Jahi,
yes.
Dr. Robert Dunlin and Jahi B. Davis, MBA. Yes, that's shout out to Better Futures, you guys. I usually do that, so thank you for bringing that up. That's the founders of Better Futures, you guys, where craft was born, and the Craft Cafe was born out of craft by Better Futures. So it's like babies upon babies.
Okay, good.
Thank you for coming, and I hope that. Say what?
I have one of your mugs.
You got your craft mug?
Yes.
Okay, where's your pinkies up? All right, you got your craft mug. Patty, you have a craft mug. I don't know where it is, but you have one.
It's over on Bruna's desk.
Oh, it's on Bruna's desk. Okay, Bruna has one too.
She's
rocking the Craft Family. Shout out to Craft Family, you guys. Craft Family is our membership line that's dedicated to family childcare, you guys, family childcare businesses. So she's definitely representative for Alabama and Craft. All right, there you go, Patty. Love it. All right. Well, thank you, Lenora. Thank you for being a part of this. We definitely need more strong voices to come in and really push those out there, because this is not something that you're going to hear every day from people in this industry, so we want to make sure that we amplify those voices. So tell your friends and come back and be a regular guest, come and get a membership and do all the things that we do, because we're going to be talking about that. Oh, wow. So we have my baby, Adrienne Briggs, in the building. Let me see if she can come on, because she's working too. She is out of Philadelphia. Look, I feel like I'm doing her dating profile. She's out of Philadelphia. She's a sexy single with a Craft Family. Yes, Craft Family mug in the building. I love it. This is my dream, y'all. So Adrienne, now those of you who don't know Adrienne is, I always call her my baby, because when I first started consulting, she was my very first client. And she taught me just as much as I was able to teach her, and I just love her so much. And my first meeting in person, because we met in the pandemic, so it was virtual, and I did my first NAFCC conference where we actually launched Craft Family in 2021 at New Orleans, and that's when I got to put my arms around her, because I was like, we were all masked up and everything, but I did not care. I was so excited to see her. I was just grabbed her up like, Adrienne. So she's also have been featured on the Craft Cafe numerous times. She's a 4 or 5 time book author. Yes, been in years, over 31 years of business and family childcare. generations of children have come through her program. If you see in the wall, she got all kind of plaques from their success. So her formula is proven. Okay. Not only all of that, she was just honored with her craft member loyalty bundle. Okay, where she was able to, she got another craft mug because she already have craft mugs. She got another craft mug. She got her t-shirts, and she also got her $100 gift card to any craft services. So she's in there. She's definitely her loyalty is unmatched. She's been a member forever. I don't even know if you want to say anything after that because I probably said everything. That's how much I love me some Adrienne, y'all.
Hey, that's my best advertisement right there. She was my commercial just now, so thank you very much. There's nothing for me to add in there except for I love being here in this space and getting to meet the people that come on. So continue doing what you're doing.
Well, I'm glad. And did I talk about Quip?
Oh, no, you did not.
Yes, she is the leader of the premier Childcare Association out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, you guys, called Quip, Quality Influential Professionals. And they are always on the move. They have all the heavy hitters out there as a part of it. And I don't tell you by experience because I done been to the gala and I'm still missing them crab balls. So, and I'm seeing people that I'm following on Instagram, like, wow, like I'm a celebrity starstruck at her event. Like, what are you doing here? They're like, I don't want to quit. So what I'm saying is she knows what she's doing. So that's why I love what we get to do here at Craft, because it's so much leadership, so much mentorship, the coaching, the amount of, how do you say, networking that happens in our classes, in this session, and in anything that we do, like the way that we are expanding now outside of the country, like this is a leadership palooza. So I feel like the more that we, tighten those spaces that keep us apart, the better that we're going to do. And we're going to push this industry forward, and everybody's going to be fighting to get on in here with us. So that's what we're going to put it out there. So I'm glad you guys are here because we have a special treat for you guys. You know that when it comes to what we do at Craft, we will always bring you the best. We want to make sure that we're putting the best in front of you and making sure that you have access, because there's so many little quiet secrets in childcare that only a handful of people really know about. So we want to make sure that more people know about it. So we got Miss Patty Stine. Like I said, she is just a ball of fun. Themes, forget about it. We did the 80s theme at the Maryland by the Sea. So much fun. We were partying all night to all the 80s jams. And she just knows how to have fun for adults and for kids. And it's so needed, especially in childcare, because everybody is always working. Like, look at Lenore right now. She got the baby on her lap, so we were able to physically let our hair down. I have footage of it. We were dancing to all the 80s jams, right? And, every time we have something as a theme, and Patty's already on top of it, and she has everybody on her team on top of it as well. So I'm excited to work with you, Patty. I'm excited to usher you on out to my audience. So tell us about what Pure Play is and why you started it.
So Pure Play Every Day is a nonprofit organization based in Southern Maryland, and we are connecting people through play. So my first passion is always our littlest people, those that are under 5. But what I have learned is that play is beneficial for everyone. So we made our theme not just about connecting little people by having lots of learning opportunities through play, but we can actually help everybody by giving them playful opportunities. And we do that by having events where we actually create a play space out of nothing. So it can be an empty parking lot or it can be an empty room, and we bring in loose parts play materials and we create a play space. It can be a room with just tables and chairs in it, and we can create a play space where grown-ups can play. And we also do professional learning workshops for childcare professionals as well as parents. And we have play kits. And we're working on creating a children's museum for our home here in Southern Maryland. So that's what Pure Play Every Day does.
I love it. I had some time to, I was already stalking you on your website and everything. Well, I'm always all over your stuff anyway, but I was just doing some reading because I know I'm a big kid, I'm a big playster and all of that. But I know that the more that I talk to people like you, Patty, I realize that play is so serious. Because I remember when I was thinking about the episode, I called it the seriousness of play. Remember, you were like, okay, like, go
Okay.
with it. But it's like when you think about how serious play is, I was just listening to a video that talked about children, especially boys, how they have this testosterone energy that really needs to come out. And a lot of times teachers, they want you to sit down. They want you to put your head down, hold your hands, just be in one spot. No running, no jumping, no twisting, no anything, and it's really kind of hindering the child. And then I've heard of studies where these expensive private schools where they get all this money, like the you have to pay all this money for your kid to go to school. And they're not like that there, they say. They let the kids kind of be themselves, and it's a freer learning space with how they communicate and develop. And these are elite schools who are sending them to Ivy Leagues. And so I'm like, wow, like there's gotta be a huge connection. Like it's gotta be some connections in that. So can you talk about that?
Sure. So there's a neurobiologist who's actually been studying the benefits of play in rats. And his work has been published for a number of years. His name is Jaak Panksepp. And Dr. Panksepp actually has been recorded as saying if we allowed our children to actually have some roughhousing time before they had to sit down and listen and learn, they would actually be better learners, that they would actually have more energy left to learn than if they are confined in their chairs. What he has found through his study of rats is that rats that are kept caged and separate from one another and not given opportunities to play actually don't learn how to be good hunters and never actually develop those skills. So juvenile rats that are confined and not given those opportunities actually can't flourish as adult rats.
Yeah.
So there's actually evidence that play is very important for, especially for children. And doctoral candidate from Long Island University actually just recently published a study where she followed a group of school children in South Carolina. And the only thing that changed, they didn't change schools. They moved one grade to the next, but they didn't really change their peer group or anything. But they added a new program into the school where they allowed the children to have loose parts play in a play club before school or after school. And that's the only thing that changed. The curriculum didn't change, the teachers didn't change, the environment of the school didn't change. But all of the students that participated in play club improved their standardized test scores in both math and reading, and their office referrals. So there were some children that were in the program that were having up to 8 office referrals a week. Once they joined Play Club, by the end of the school year, they were down to 0 or 1 office referral per week. And the only thing that had changed was Play Club, where they actually made friends, where they actually had the ability to practice their social skills, where they wanted to get along with others because they wanted to be a part of what was going on. And that made a huge difference. So play is extremely valuable especially for children.
I was reading your website actually, and it was talking about the whole ADHD kind of thing, and like I said, I was always listening to these videos about children and the statistics, and they were talking about the elevated diagnosis of ADHD for young Black boys. And they, like, when you put that study and the correlation to the environment, it's like, wow, like, is it really an ADHD, or do we need to play something?
Right.
Do we need to get outside?
Do we need to have more opportunity to actually be outside and be free to make our own choices? Because There's actually there's a very old study that was actually published in 1998 that was longitudinal. It started in the 1960s in Michigan, and in a very low socioeconomic class area I'm not going to remember the name of the town in Michigan, but all of the children came from the same community. And the children were put in 3 different types of preschools. So at ages 3 and 4, they were either in a class that was a traditional classroom where they were required to sit and do a lot of worksheets and lots of circle time and listen to the teacher time, where they on average had about 26% of their day spent in free play. Or another group, 2 different classrooms, but both play-based curriculums, where they spent 78% of their day in free play. And they followed these children on up until they were about 26 years old.
Wow.
And the dramatic difference between the play-based curriculum children and the traditional classroom children was that 90% of the children that were in the traditional classroom had at least one instance of either arrest or imprisonment. And in the class that had been play-based, they had less than 1% that had any criminal history whatsoever. Wow. And that was really the only difference. They all lived in the same community. The difference was the preschool that they attended and how much time they actually had to play and learn to make their own decisions. Because neurobiologically, what's happening between 3 and 6 years old is the neurological pathways are actually being built in that time period. That's a sensitive period where I actually learn how to make my own decisions.
Yeah.
And so if we don't have those opportunities to practice making our own decisions through free play, we don't build those pathways, and we actually have more difficulty learning how to do that later in life.
Wow, that is so interesting. Wow. When I think of just the whole thing with STEAM, I was one of those kids that was a loose part kind of kid. I'm an artist now since I could hold a pencil. And I was that kid. I was a fidgeter. I drew on everything. Like my imagination went crazy. Like I drew on the walls. Like I was that kid. Like I remember drawing like a life-size girl on my bedroom wall. And I would just stand in front of it when my grandmother came in. She finally caught me and I had to clean it up. But I'm just saying, like, my brain works that way. Like that's how I figured out my math to drawing and things like that. So like, really, like you said, when you think about the play piece, and then they talk about the school to prison pipeline, and it's like, what? And it's like, now that you're saying it, like it's like taking away your right to decide, which means that it's gonna make you conform to prison easier because you don't even get to decide what you're gonna eat, when you're gonna eat, when you're gonna go to take a shower.
Right.
So it's like robbing children of who they are.
Yes. Wow. It's creating more opportunity to not understand what true risk assessment is.
Ooh, I love that. I listen to a lot of Jordan Peterson, and he's talking about, he said, when you see your child doing something dangerous, cautiously leave them alone.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was the opposite of that as a mom. Like I was like total scaffolding. Like I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna fall. Oh, somebody's gonna knock her down. Like by the next kid, I was okay. It was that first kid thing. When you get the first baby, they're like glass. Nobody can hold them. Nobody can do anything. So, but I was that way, and that everybody was like, no, let her go. If she falls, it's fine. That's when I discovered Your Animals, like, the Walmart brand. Because I was like, trying not to let her, because I don't want her to be cute. I don't want her to mess up her cute little outfit. And I'm like, wait a minute, like I'm robbing her of who she is. If she wants to play in the dirt, let her play in the dirt. Who cares about her outfit? So I found a way she could still look cute and dirty at the same time, and I wouldn't waste my money. So shout out to Target and Walmart for having
There you go. Garanimals are awesome.
Yes, I love the Garanimals. You can find anything, and the kids were comfortable and they can play, and it changed my life just having those insights and coaching, like what you're saying, and I've really changed how I parent my other kids. Like the first kid I learned when she started to like move around and I would be so protective, and then I realized like, wow, I'm making her afraid of things, you know, because I'm so scared for her. So I had to kind of hold it in and let her explore. So I think that this is something that parents need to hear about too, because a lot of times they want their kid to be so serious. Like, oh no, you play too much. You know, that's another title I have for it. You play on the actual thumbnail. It says you play too much, because people say that as if it's a bad thing. Like, I'm such a playful person. My kids are teens now, and they go, Mom, you're so immature. Because I like
take that as a badge of honor and say, yeah, I'm aware of that.
Right. I was like, that's why your friends want to come over all the time. But it's about having fun and, like you said, and helping the children to go there and letting them know that it's okay, you know. And let's talk about the environment. You know, creating a space, especially in a place like a family childcare environment. You know, most people do have outdoor space when you have family childcare, but not all. So how do you bring that element into a space?
How do you bring the outdoors in, or how do you
Well,
bring
not just the outdoor, but just anywhere. Like how do you expand that in a small space? Let's just say that, like, take advantage of a small space, but still bring the play.
There are many ways. One of the best ways is, and my particular bent is to use recycled materials. So rather than purchasing a whole bunch of toys that I have to store, I can actually rob my recycle bin of all kinds of plastic food containers and egg cartons. And I like to go actually industrial dumpster diving. I like to bring in spools and rope and all kinds of different things for the children to build with and play with, mailing tubes. And we have a wide collection here at Pure Play every day of just oddball stuff that we take for the children to play with. And by using those types of materials, we then it doesn't matter if they get stored away or not, if we have to collect up some more, right? Because we're robbing our recycle bin. We can ask the families that are bringing their children, bring us something out of your recycle bin. We need more stuff here because we used it all already, right? Yeah. And then sand and water are two of my favorite things, and they're available, right? You can find sand, you can find the dirt, those things are available. So that's actually my favorite, is recycle.
I love that. I love that, Patty. I was doing because I'm learning how to do like the classroom observations. I've been training with Dr. Gunlin. So shout out to Dr. Gunlin for training me on that. And what I was doing one for a center, and what they did was they had outdoor time, and they had the kids go and collect leaves. And you know, around this time, the leaves are beautiful and they're like so assorted and whatnot. And they had them all in a bucket and they brought it in. Somebody's job was to bring it in. And what they did was they had the kids make postcards with them. Like, they got to glue them and stuff like that. And I thought that was such a cool activity because the kids were super into it and they got to get their hands dirty. And then they were proud of how much leaves they were able to pick, you know? And it was a game and an art project.
Right. And you can talk about the shape of the leaves, and you can talk about the color of the leaves, and you can talk about the texture of the leaves. Does this one rip really easy? What kind of sound does it make when it comes apart? Can you crumble it? Does it make a whole bunch of little parts? Right? Or when you crunch it all up, does it still stay together and it just has lines on it now? Right? And you can talk about texture and whether or not something is dried out or still supple, and, you know, add all that rich language in just by playing with leaves.
Yeah. And they were so happy. And then, like you said, you can add the math piece in there with the, you know, the counting and how many and the sorting and all of that. So I just love it because it's fun for everybody. All ages can do it. But I think, like you said, when the early ed care area, it's just so many things you can do and be so creative. So I love that. I really, when it comes to the center-based programs, a lot of times I know they might have outdoor space, and maybe they do like nature walks. They might even have more of an open gym or something where you can kind of set up play
Mhm.
areas and things like
Mhm.
that. Let me ask your opinion, Patty. People that are either remodeling or either, going into getting a new space, what are some things that you would say are some nice to haves when you're looking for a property or you're doing some renovations to your property to add that element of play?
So natural features, if I was going to go out and find a piece of property, the natural features that I would look for are shade. I want to have trees already on site. Trees offer sticks, they offer leaves, they offer shade so that you can play in comfort and not have to worry about getting sunburned and all of those important things, plus all the rest of the benefits of trees. I would also look for a space that might have a hill, because there's so many things that you can do with a hill, running up the hill, running down the hill, playing with water on the hill. I mean, all the things that you can do with a hill when you have that already in your space, that, if you're going to find a new space or if you're going to recreate your space, adding a hill in is a wonderful thing.
I
I
love
would
that. I didn't
prefer
think of that.
dirt. I would prefer dirt to grass, and I would prefer plants to almost anything else, because they keep giving all of your natural materials that you can continue to play with all year long. So
I love those tips.
and then if you're gonna find materials, if you're gonna find man-made materials to add to those spaces, once again, recycling for play is the best, because I have found, if you're the word is actually culvert pipes. So the pipes that go under your driveway so that the storm water can go
Okay.
down the street,
Yeah.
right? But your driveway drives over it.
Mhm.
So they make those pipes up to 30 and 42 inches in diameter, or
Wow.
yeah, radius circum. I don't know. I'm not going to remember the right geometry word, but they come really big, right? And you can get one of those, and um you can get them for free, because sometimes construction companies buy them. Yes,
What?
construction companies buy them because they only come in 20-foot lengths, and they don't need the whole 20 feet, right? And so
Right.
they cut off the section that they don't need. Well, then we can repurpose the 4 feet or the 5 feet that's left. And it could be a tube for the children to crawl through. It can be something they can make into a fort. They can use it to slide down if you set it on a hill. They can use
Yeah.
it to roll in. I mean, just so many different things. And all you've done is repurpose somebody's trash. So,
Wow.
wire spools are another favorite thing to put out on the playground, because you can get them for free from the electric company, the electric cooperative, because they have to put up new lines when lines go down. So
Yeah.
they have these wire spools that they've used all the wire on, and now the spool's empty. So what do they do with it?
They put in those big old dumpsters, right? So that's the industrial dumpster diving you speaking of? Like
That
those
is
big old
kind
tanks
of
they have by the. So okay, you gotta ask somebody to go in there, right? Or you just go in there.
no, you
Oh.
ask. You
I
ask.
was like, you wait until it's nighttime.
You
It's
ask.
like, come on, Jimmy, get the bags.
We have a company here locally in Maryland called Penn Line Service, and their job is to cut the limbs that are hanging over top of the wires so
Uh-huh.
that they can prevent wires from going down. Well, they have lots of tree scraps. And so I've made friends with them, and I've asked them, could you please cut up some tree cookies for me? So tree cookies are tree slices. So slices of trunk, not about this big, and they come in different sizes around, right? But you don't want them kind of skinny cuts. And they cut them up for me, and then I go and pick them up from their office. And yes. Um, deck deck builders, people that build decks on the backs of houses. Most of them are
Yeah.
using a composite decking material now, that they actually, if it's not recyclable or recyclable, they have to pay by the ton to put it in the landfill. Well, wouldn't they rather give it to you instead of paying to put it in the landfill? Well, the children use these scraps of Trex. Usually they can, sometimes can be as long as 4 feet. And I've watched children jigsaw puzzle together floors inside of playhouses, use them to build other structures. They put a roof on a structure or something, or I cut them up into smaller chunks and they use them to build dams when they're playing in water and,
Wow.
making different things with them. So, recycling for play, I can't.
I love it. And this, we're making handy little kids.
If
My
you
kids
follow,
built me a deck in the back. They doing that in preschool.
if you follow Pure Play every day on any kind of, and on any of our social channels, you can follow the hashtag recycle for play. So
Recycle for play, you guys. Hashtag recycle for play. I love that. I have to put that
yeah.
in the notes. Recycle for play. I love that. And I was just, while you were talking, I'm just picturing all the cool things that you can do with it. And another thing, I used to work at a warehouse, and there was a guy who would come around and get our old pallets, those wood pallets that they bring in. And I was wondering, like, what does he do with them? But he repurposed them. And like you said, it's like free wood. And now I see all these videos on the internet of people using those pallets to make structures, like real structures in their yard.
Yeah. I use 3
What you
pallets.
say, Lenora? She's saying something.
Somebody made a sandbox out of pallet one time, a bench and sandbox. I'm like, what?
There you go. I made
I'm
a mud
not creative
kitchen.
like that.
I made a mud kitchen out of pallets.
A mud kitchen? Wow. Oh, that sounds like fun. Ooh, kids love, see, this is the stuff this is why I'm so excited about what we have coming up, Patty, with the event. It's about, let's get into that. So guys, I'm so excited because we are presenting a wonderful live play event here in DC, Washington, DC. So if you're local to DC, we definitely want you to come through. This is going to be October 23rd. That's a Wednesday. And it's going to be right here in DC. I'm going to put the flyer up so we can talk about it real quick, because I'm so excited about this, because you guys know I have quite the event spirit. So I love to, just have everybody together, and really, especially since the pandemic, being able to come out in person and network and really get this session from Patty. Patty, here we go. This is Thinking Outside the Blocks, you guys. And we want you to come on out and see what Patty does, when she makes sure that different programs throughout the city, especially Maryland. She is definitely a Maryland girl, a Maryland lady. But we're going to bring her out into DC. Step on out to the neighbors. Okay, because we're neighbors. People don't realize that you don't live in this area. You can cross the street from Maryland and be in DC, literally. Like, wow. The street. So it's not far. So if you're in Maryland, Virginia, the DMV area, definitely come on out and support. We got a lot of people coming that is definitely going to be there for you to network and get a load of what Patty does. So Patty, I want to let you kind of explain what the session is going to be about, since you created it. So I want to make sure that you go ahead and tell them a little bit about it.
So Thinking Outside the Blocks is all about how we can recognize where our children are developmentally by observing them at play. And then based on where we recognize them in their development, how we can support them being engaged in play more fully to get the most developmental advantage, the most benefit for them through their play. And we can understand what life skills are being developed when they're going through each play behavior phase. And we're going to spend some time actually playing ourselves so we can recognize what the children can do with our recycled materials.
I'm excited because I love to play. And one thing I know is when I get like Amazon or like a Walmart package, I have these huge boxes. My kids love to play in those boxes.
Yes.
So
indeed.
When I was thinking about the title, Thinking Outside the Blocks, I was thinking about outside the box. And I was thinking about the kids and my cat. They love it, and you can really do some cool things with it. And like you said, without spending any real money, like you can use the markers you have and create stuff. And then I know everybody is Amazon crazy. So I know they have tons of boxes coming in, so this is a great way. So guys, as you can see, there's a QR code here. I actually put the link in not the chat, on the Facebook chat. So you guys can actually RSVP right now today, because the slots are definitely filling up. So we want to make sure that you get your seat in there. And definitely share with a friend, people in your neighborhood, people who are ready to go. We looking for owners of centers and directors, because we know that you guys that are directors, you really need the support for programming for your actual centers. So we want to make sure that we are supporting you guys. And Patty not only does this, she's also a coach as well. So she is just all over the place when it comes to rooting for changing what education looks like, and really giving it a face of play. And it's every day, not every day, every day. She had to put
every
that.
day. Yes, indeed.
Every
very, very often.
day.
And we've got some prizes that people can win at this event too, right?
We do. Thank you for saying that. Yes, you guys. So this is an in-person event. So we want to make sure that you come out. You're already going to get the knowledge. You're already going to get to meet Patty, but you're already going to get to meet even more people that's going to be there. But we want to make sure that it's worth your while, because this session is brought to you by not only Pure Play Every Day, but Kaplan is one of the supporters and sponsors for this event, and Better Futures. So they're going to have, let's see, I'm going to tell you guys about it. I got my little notes. Y'all know I'm a note person, a note lady. So we're going to have, let's see, we're going to have marketing bucks. We're going to have craft bucks up in there. We're going to have some, Patty's got some exclusives going on in there. Patty, you could tell them about your giveaway. And then we got some Kaplan gift cards, because I know you guys go to Kaplan. We got Kaplan in the building, and they got all the best stuff. So you're going to have some discounts to Kaplan, some craft discounts. And Patty, tell them about what we got going on.
We're going to be giving away a gift certificate for $250 off either a play event or a professional learning event.
Yes. And we come to you. We can do it at your location or your venue. We can work with you on that. I'm excited because that's something that you want to make sure that everybody comes out for. Definitely have your cameras out, because you're going to see these kids having fun. You're going to be able to, hopefully you have permission to take pictures of your children there, because this is something that you're going to want to put on your website. Definitely something you're going to want to put on your social media and let everybody know about it. So you guys get a screenshot of this flyer, scan the QR code, or click the link that's in the Facebook chat, you guys, in the Facebook comment section. You can click right on there, RSVP right now. It's going to take you 2 minutes. Okay. And also, if you want to learn more about Pure Play Every Day, you want to go over to pureplayeveryday.org. Okay. And check it out. Is it what?
That's us.
That's right. I'm like, did I get it right?
Yeah.
pureplayeveryday.org, because you want to learn these tips and you want to take the classes, because what we want to make sure that you guys understand the seriousness of play and how to incorporate it into your curriculum. Really, a lot of people are doing these, they have curriculums that they buy, but this is a way to take your curriculum to the next level. This is also a way to take your program to the next level, because this is an add-on. When it comes to marketing, you guys know that's my area. And I always talk to owners and directors about their unique selling proposition. What are some things that you're doing at your site that no one else in your area is doing? What are some things that you can actually bring on to your space and create a whole, what were we talking about? Open house. You can create a whole event that boosts your marketing for your center using these sessions, okay? Have them, you can invite parents, you can invite children, you can actually invite your neighbors, your fellow providers in the area, enlighten them a little bit. Or if you guys want to get together, band together and do an event together, that's always great, because you get to have the collaboration, right? And then you guys can split the cost, especially in family childcare. I'm always looking for ways to make it accessible for everyone. Okay, now Patty is in Maryland, but she travels.
I do.
She definitely travels. If you've seen her van, it doesn't disappoint. It doesn't play. She gets everywhere in that thing. Like I said, no, for real. But let's see. Oh, okay. Adrian said she did an outside music center with skids, pots, and pans. I love that. So it's like a whole
Absolutely.
music festival outside. I love that. And they get to create the music. I love that.
We did a STEM class this morning, and we had a full orchestra going with coffee can drums and rubber band sitars made out
I love that.
made out of plastic food containers and rubber bands.
that.
It was quite fun.
I love that. Anything when you can make your own music and all that and your own band, it really helps the children. Now the
And they
parents are
made
probably
all
like,
the instruments.
right, but that I love it. Well, guys, I'm just so excited. So I hope to see everybody at this event in DC because that's where I am. So I'm gonna be there. Yeah, I believe I'm gonna be there on site. I believe. Yeah, I have to be there with my craft shirt on, doing my craft thing. So but we're gonna have a good time. I believe light refreshments are gonna be served, right? Is it gonna be light refreshments?
Yeah.
Yeah. So but I'm excited about the networking too. But I also want to play. I'm excited to kind of dig my hands in something. I want to cut something up. I want to glue something. I don't know. I'm one of those people that do those 5-minute crafts videos online, and they teach you how to make, like, put the battery in a quarter and rubber band in and make a car. Like, I'm one of those people that love those things. So I know that the kids are going to love it. And it teaches them some survival techniques too, like when the lights go out, how they can make
solving
some power, you know what I mean? So
right.
These kid geniuses. Oh my goodness. So now listen, guys, I want to just kind of usher you guys into the end of this. Now, Patty, do you have any words of wisdom or things that they can expect? What should they look forward to with working with you? Sorry about that.
Not a problem. So when you're working with me, you're always going to get advice directly related to the kiddos that you're working with. So loving on very young children is where my heart lives. So that's what I aim to do, is help others love on their babies.
I love that. One more thing. We didn't really touch on the museum. Are you able to talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can you talk about it just a little bit?
The idea is to grow our current space. We have about 3,000 square feet, and we want to grow that space into a space where children can actually learn scientific principles in a real way. We're inviting experts as well as high school students to design exhibits for the children to learn about scientific principles, hands-on, interactive. So there's not going to be anything in our space where you can just push a button and make something happen. You're going to actually have to make it work before it will work. Think of if you've ever had the privilege of going to a maker space where children are actually having the opportunity to build and design their own creations. That's what this is going to be.
Wow. So I love that. That. That's pretty much what we were doing when I took craft to Africa in 2021. It was the AfriSource Innovation Center. So shout out to AfriSource. And we had a maker space, and we had the not the preschools. We were more working with the youth, like the teens up until like young adult. But that really helped them even at that age to really explore their innovative side and their imagination, and bring their ideas to life, which is the slogan, bring your ideas to life. And I think creating this for them as children, it will instill this in them going forward and help them be brave, I would say.
Hopefully
because
they'll continue to always use their imagination, not just when they're given permission to, but they'll have it all the time.
Yeah. And this is important because we are now, like, I was just talking about, like, my kids, I had to, like, forgive them for they know not what they do. They're born into a world of digital everything where they're like this on their phones. They're so addicted, and I feel so guilty. I'm like, I should have never let them have a phone, And it's like crack. Once they on it, it's like, what do you do now?
It is
So
like crack.
yeah,
It
so
is
it's like
literally
it
like crack.
literally is like crack. That's what I say. So it's like having things to stimulate them in other ways is such a big flex. I was just saying, like with having, the preschool, people don't realize like the preschool mind is not that far from the teenage mind.
It's
Like,
not.
they bigger, but it's still like the same kind of conversation
Yeah.
happening. So I'm still taking these principles from you guys in childcare with my teens, so I literally had to create opportunities for them to get off their phones. And like you said, using things that you already had around the house. Like my twins had a party, and you know how kids are. They're gonna be on their phones. They're not dancing like we did. Like we don't have a dance party. They're just gonna be on their phones listening to music. Everybody's listening to a different song. So
Right.
what we did, we had cake ingredients, and we did a cake challenge. And they were a little reluctant about it at first, but once they got into it, you should have seen these kids. They were so serious about this. And one thing that I noticed, the only thing I saw their phones on was because they were going live showing everybody what they were doing. There was nobody doing this, like, you know what I mean? And I think, like you said, as us being the adults and the facilitators of life or whatnot, we have to create space for them to play, for them to open up their ideas and have their imagination.
It usually takes about 3 ingredients for us to really get into play, from birth all the way to death. We need the space to do it. We need the time to do it. And we need the materials or the ideas to do it. So we need those 3 things.
3 things. Oh, I gotta write that down, Patty. That was a good one. Okay. You said space,
time, and materials or ideas. Yeah.
Yes. And that's, like you said, the 2 is free. Really, 3 is free. It's all free. If you use the if you reuse, and when you said rob the recycling bin, I like that. Rob the recycling bin. So that's all free. So no excuses, guys. Okay, it's plenty of things.
Play is serious.
Yeah, take it. It's very serious. No, really though, I love this. And even for adults, because that's another thing that Patty does, you guys. She does adult play too. So if you're on the job, let's say you're not even in childcare, let's say you're in a corporate setting and you guys are suit and tie all the time, stressed out, and you need to have some type of team building, you need an outlet for your staff, you need to call Patty. Okay, she's not just for kids, because just like I said, I use the same preschool tactics that I get from you guys on my teens. It's the same thing with adults. We need an outlet. We need a place to let our hair down. We need to fall on the floor and laugh uncontrollably about something.
Last week, I had a room of 200 people writing on imaginary whiteboards with their feet.
I would have loved
that. And then we built towers with index cards, and they were strong enough to hold cell phones.
What?
Yes.
I'm still a fort lover. Like, I'm still like building forts. Like, yeah. So I would love to do that. Like when you have like little team projects and stuff. I love that. See, we need more of it. I think especially for adults too. Like I'm advocating for the adults, because sometimes people are, especially you go to certain businesses and they're just mean, and you're like, you deserve a play date.
Yeah.
You need to get that out your system, honey. Okay, let's roll down a hill.
There you go.
In a pipe.
There you go.
That Patty dug out of the construction dumpster. That sounds cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of those people. I didn't have like a toboggan or anything, but I live on a huge hill. So when it snows, it's like number one. Everybody gets their little slides and stuff. And I've had one that I bought, but the kids broke it. It was like foam. I bought it from Walmart, but they broke it during the summer. Go figure. So I was like, whatever, let's do it. So I go to, like the plastic bins. I go get all the tops off of all the plastic bins. I was like, we're gonna make this into sleighs. And we did. Mine, I broke mine. I guess I was too big or something. It cracked. I was embarrassed, but I was like, as long as the kids are,
it was just too old.
The shards of plastic, so nobody got hurt once mine, blew up. But it was a fun thing to try to do, you know, like when we were like running, like look for bins, like they're running around the house like, oh, I got one, you know. So I'm missing bin tops to this day, y'all, because of this. But it was really fun. It took us out of our comfort zone. It was something to do together. And it, like I said, it was a memory, you know. So I'm excited for this, guys.
Absolutely. Well,
All right.
Latoya, this has been a ton of fun.
Yes. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Lenora. Thank you, Adrian.
Yes, I am so glad you guys were able to join us.
Good. I'm glad to be here.
Well, Lenora, I'm going to reach out to you. Don't be a stranger, hun, because we got more coming up. All right. So we're going to be, like I said, we're preparing for Patty's session coming up Wednesday. So it's fast approaching, guys. So I will see you guys there. Now, you guys know, and Patty, super excited. I know you have to go soon. So I'm going to let you guys sign on off. Thank you for coming to the Craft Cafe Live Show. Where we get live about childcare, businesses, and all the adjacent businesses that add into this our dream of making a better future for the children, you guys. So, you know, I got some updates for you guys. So those of you who got to leave, go ahead and get back to your day and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And thanks for hanging out.
Okay, you too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. So for the people at home watching on Facebook, shout out to you guys. You know, I have to give you guys, you're I would say weekly, daily, monthly updates of what we have going on in craft. Now, I already showed you the flyer for the Patty's event, so I'm super excited about that, you guys. Now, the next event we have coming up, I don't have a flyer for it, but it is, I will put it in the link. This is the DC Men and ECE conference, you guys. That is coming up on the 26th. That's actually next Saturday. So that's going to be in DC as well. So DC has it going on when it comes to childcare. So shout out to that organization. The DC Men in ECE is an organization here in DC that really supports the growth of men in the industry, and they coaches them, they have mentors, and they also support them in a education way, because this conference is an 8-hour conference where attendees are going to receive 8 CEUs, real PLUs. That is professional learning units, you guys. You know, they have all of these acronyms. So I want to make sure that you put that out there. So this is a free event, you guys. You know what? It's not free. Excuse me. It's no cost to you, because people do not care about free and they don't respect free. But this is the thing. A lot of times the issue when it comes to getting more education is the money piece. And this is something that is not going to be a barrier for you. All you got to do is make it here and RSVP. So you're going to go to DC Men in ECE and you'll get all of their information and you can register. And the link is on my on all my platforms too. I have the flyers going around. Okay. So next thing we know that's happening, let me put this up on the screen so that you guys know. Craft Executive is our membership line specifically for ECE associations, childcare associations, and nonprofits. Really, it's nonprofits because that's the overarching, but guess what? Some associations that may, you know, benefit from being a nonprofit just don't know how to become a nonprofit. And that's okay. We've dealt with that before. We will help you. You join as Craft Executive, not only can we help you build a nonprofit, we can help you raise money for that nonprofit. And we just did a kickoff for the new season of Craft Executive with our Grant Writing 101 class. And this is what you need, your board members need to know to be no, it says good fundraising starts with you. That's what it was. I'm thinking about a different class. But this is about Craft Executive. And this is one of my favorites because this is a group membership. And we've enhanced it this semester. I'm going to say this season, I should say. It's not a semester, it's a season. This is cohort style, you guys. So we don't accept too many people into this membership because it is a group membership. Group membership meaning that not just you as your board leader, you bring your board members with you, up to 5 people. And this is a membership where you can pay monthly. Now, the first person, which is the leader of the group, will pay up front, and then you can pay for everybody else monthly, okay? But it can go up to 5 people so that not only you are getting a knowledge for your nonprofit, but your entire board is getting the knowledge. We go into the bylaws, we go into the job descriptions, especially if you are looking for board members or looking to replace some board members. Come on, let's be real. Not everybody's a good fit. And we want to make sure that we help you understand how to figure that out. Okay, so go ahead and scan the QR code so that you can apply to be on Craft Executive. Okay, and then you can go to our website at www.betterfuturesdc.com/Craft Executive, you guys. Okay, so like I said, you can actually learn how to create. Okay, thank you everybody for coming. All people still on the line. All right, now I want to share something else with you guys, because like I said, not only do we have major things going on, we're upgrading. You guys know we have our Craft Plus app that has been going on, and I haven't heard you guys tell me about your experience with it. So please go ahead and log in, because as you know, technology needs to be used in order to, work out the kinks. So I need to know if, you have any issues with it, or what are the things you like about it? What do you want to see more of, so that we can enhance this app even more for our members? Okay. I'm really excited about that app, you guys. I love it. I watch it. And people are like, why do you watch your own app? I'm like, because the information is good, for one. And I'm not just saying that because I'm the host. Okay. I actually use it for my own self, my own business, and my friends. Like, I tell my friends about it, that are not even in childcare, because that's how good the business principles are. All right, now let's talk about marketing, you guys. You know that I do marketing classes with Craft. I have one more left for this year that's coming up, and it's part of my 4-part series, and this is Let the People Talk. So we're going to be talking about how to use your word of mouth, because that's the oldest, I won't say trick in the book, but the oldest marketing method that we have is word of mouth. So how do we optimize that? How do we take it to the next level and really use it to our benefit? That's what we're going to be talking about in that class. And that's going to be next month, you guys. So you'll see that when we send out our newsletter for the upcoming November dates. But in lieu of the whole marketing thing, where in childcare people think they don't need it, I'm trying to tell you, all the big businesses, they put 20% of their revenue into their marketing, because they understand the point that people can't come to you if they don't know about you. Okay. And another thing is, you want people to know about you before they need you. So if it's not an issue for you, that's fine. But if you are enrolling, you're trying to fill up your enrollment, you are trying to acquire some quality talent, and or you are looking for funding, then you definitely want to get your marketing together. Because what happens if you don't? Let's see. People might not come, and they might not know about you to come and get a tour and come to your center. 2, people may not want to work there. So how are you going to even expand if you don't have anybody to work there? They got to know about you too, and not just know about you, but they got to trust you. Okay, that you're going to pay them. All right, you're not playtiming. Number 3, the funders, they're picky men. Everybody wants the money. So they're not going to just pick anybody. They're going to pick people who care about their business, who actually invest in their business, in their marketing, and have a great logo, have a website, have an online presence. Okay. So don't say that I never told you. All right. Now with this ECE business, we have our new Craft Lux Plus. Okay, this is Craft Lux on steroids. Craft Lux is I would say our biggest value membership, because this is my drum roll, because it comes with unlimited one-on-ones. Okay, this is the only membership we have that has this, and now we've just made it sweeter, because Craft Lux Plus comes with, drum roll, it comes with an initial $300 credit for your marketing services. So you will have me and my team do your logos, your flyers, digital marketing, your website, social media, your Google My Business page, whatever it is that you need, your banners, your signs, your decals on your windows, your letterhead, your invoices, all of those things can be branded and beautiful when you come on with us. And we're not just going to say, do it, do it, do it. We're actually going to help you do it by giving you this credit so you can get a head start. And remember, the project obviously has to be over $300. So you're going to get the $300 off. As soon as you go ahead and start your proposal, 5 days later, your credit will kick in. Okay. Now, here's the kicker. You know how when you're already a client or a customer of a company and you go in Walmart and they're like, hey, why don't you come in for a new membership and get 50% off? And they say, oh, well, I already have you guys. They say, oh no, well, you don't qualify. You're already with us. We're not doing that. We want to make sure that our current members that are Lux members can upgrade to the Lux Plus without having to pay the full price. Just pay the difference from your old premium to the new one. Okay, and you can automatically upgrade to Craft Lux Plus. But if you wait until your membership runs out, you're going to be charged with the full new premium. Okay. Now, those of you who are already with us, you are going to get $100, okay, just every year. So that means every year after that, you come on new, you're going to get the 300. If you're already here, you're going to start off with the 100. And every year that you are still a member, you will get another 100. And you can actually save them up and accrue a project for yourself, you know, depending on what the, you know, what the project is and what you want to do. This is definitely come in handy when you're ready to use it. Okay, so don't sleep on that deal. Go ahead and get that offer now. Go to our website at www.betterfuturesdc.com/craftlux. Okay, new Lux members. That's what it's called. Excuse me, /new Lux members. You know, I've got this all in my head, you guys. So, all right, I think that's it for now. Where are we? Oh, we 5 minutes over. Okay, we gotta go. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Look out for our emails, our social media posts, and make sure that you are subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's very new, you guys, so I'm trying to grow it. So go on there. It's Craft Cafe live show on YouTube. All right, I'll see you there. Bye, guys.